I'm not here to teach you today how to use a camera. I want to talk to you about that 80% of the business that nobody talks about. Background work that actually makes you money. The rest is knowing how to run like a real business. Hi, my name is Marek Mars. I run the creative agency called One Mars Media Limited in London. Follow and subscribe if you want straight up advice how to run creative business. One of the advice I would give is not about who you know, but who knows you. Talk to people, reach out, go to events, get exposure, go on all of the platform. When you start from zero, all you have is time. When you have no work and when you have no income and you want to start your business from zero, all you can do best is utilize your time. So your time have biggest value to spend instead of just sitting around and worry what next. Basically pick up the phone, send this email, do the website, create the website, go on social media, go on all of the social media and post. You never know on which platform you're actually gonna blow. So my platform for a very long time was Instagram, and now it's kind of variation between Instagram, TikTok, and that evolves in time to actually word of mouth. So most of the work I'm getting at the moment is social media, my Instagram. This is where people find me, or this is where people coming from different people or from recommendations, and they see my work and they reach out. Social media, best way. Networking with the right people who are gonna recommend you. After when you do the first few projects, those projects could be for free, but do it for free with the right people. So this could be difficult to estimate which project is right to spend time on, but this is what you're gonna learn in time, and probably you're never gonna be able to fully judge. If you have those skills, that's perfect, but don't blame yourself if you're not gonna be able to fully judge a project you're gonna jump on and you're gonna spend time on it, and after a while could happen actually not gonna bring you any networking, but you can look other side of it because you actually done some work, you learned something new. I learned even after doing that 6 years, I still learn a lot of new things. So value of networking, such important things, and value of getting exposure and talking to people is a very important thing on every stage of your business, because you never know. I was working with people in one agency, a lot of agencies in London hire me to actually execute on video production. They bring in the plan, they bring in the idea, and they reach out and they say, listen, this is what we have. This is our mood board, this is our deck. Can you execute? Can you help us execute on that? And I say, yes, of course. And I jump on and bring my own value into it. And of course, my experience through the old project I have, I bring it all of the experience I have through the years, I bring it into the new project. So even after 6 years, I still learn something new every day. And once when you work with one person in one agency, sometimes they move into different agency or different work or different business, and they actually knows you from working with you in the past, and they reach out. So now you have exposure to different business, and this is domino effect, and it's always gonna kind of snowball as long you're gonna reach out and connect and talk to people. Never underestimate value of networking. If you feel if you are the person you want to go out and to the events, sometimes I do events when I actually go out and talk to people about this necessarily happen. I mostly network with people by doing the project with them. Sometimes I'm doing creative projects which is not directly related to the client work, and this is how I just kind of connect with people. And sometimes you need to think about this as a long-term game. Whatever you do now could have effect in 6 months or even 1 year. And this would happen to me when I started this business. It took me actually 6 months to kind of be established, and from there I could kind of like just do more and explore more. So whoever you work with today, they're gonna keep you in mind, even if you're not gonna see them. If you leave good impression and you have a good networking skills, after the year they can reach out and they out of the blue, they say, listen, this is what we do now, and would you be interested to working with us? So another point I want to touch is learn to listen more than you speak. In whatever situation you are in life, is that not even related to the business, it's related to everyday situations. You need to learn to actually stop yourself from talking, because this is something I've done a lot of time, and I need to learn that hard way for years. Like, okay, I always want to say something, always want to talk about something, and I feel like I have a lot to say. Make a shift. Instead of being easy to jump to talk, I start asking questions and I start listening more, and I do never interrupt. Try to not interrupt someone. Of course, sometimes when you get excited and you want to have a conversation and you want to have a dialogue, the dialogue is good. But of course, I always giving a space for people to say what they want to say. And sometimes I ask additional questions but I never kind of over talk with that what I want to say. I just want to let people say what they want to say and give them space to explore, and then jump into next question. Sometimes talking to the student who I know seeking my advice and seeking my experience, but if I'm talking to the client or someone new I want to network with, I want to understand the struggles they're dealing with and what they're going through, and trying to analyze and understand how I can bring the value to that what they do. You are the person who asks the last question, always in conversation. You are the last person who asks the questions. So even if you on the call and you're trying to find out something about your client, you're not talking about what do you do and what do you deliver. You're talking about how you can fix their problem, but not even at the beginning stage. You probably, if you have them on the call, they already know they want to work with you, or they want to find out more about how you can help them. And most of the time, believe me, experience of asking questions, even if you ask them 20 questions, 30 questions, this is the way to understand the issues the client dealing with. So if you have a client who don't want to answer the questions and who don't want to go through this thing, asking questions, you probably don't want to go work with this client, because from my experience, I had that before. When I make this mistake, I just jump on the project because there was someone I knew. Project wasn't as successful as we expected because I wasn't asking those questions at the beginning. I was just trusting someone else. And believe me, you always need to trust yourself first before you trust someone else. So going through this question is such an important thing, and always listen instead of talking. As long as someone asks you a question, then you answer your question. Another point I want to talk about is executions beats ideas. A lot of people who starting their business or getting into the industry, they thinking like, oh, I'm gonna prepare some content now, I'm gonna work on some content, and I'm gonna start releasing the content in a month or two, or we're gonna do some collection of the content and we're gonna start releasing in the year. One of the best things I learned, it was actually releasing content pretty much right away. Sometimes there's a content you need to work on building the background content, so you have something to post all the time on social media. But when you're starting your business, you want to be upbeat, continuously doing things and releasing the content and producing the content. So you're gonna have a lot of content anyway to release. I remember exactly how I started filming. When I released one of my first videos, I don't know, wait with it. I remember right at the beginning, I actually didn't have these thoughts like overthinking things. I was just jumping into it, like dropping the content and not thinking about is the video is good. I knew I did best I could with the best I have and best I learned at the time when I started my business. And those videos look terrible now when I'm looking at them, but those videos actually brings me a first paid work. So I started actually shooting videos with models and partly with food content. So I was shooting in my kitchen. I was releasing videos for fun, and there was restaurants reaching out and listen, we need this ad, or we need this promotional content of our space and our food. Can you work with us? And I say sure. Budget was very small at the time, but I was very satisfied to get paid for that what I actually like to do. So releasing content right away, there's a good things and bad things, and one of the good things, you get exposure right away, and you never know who is looking. So I'm not saying it's exactly the same thing is gonna happen for you, but you never know. You never know. That's what I'm saying. Is content always need to go to all of the platforms, release whatever you need to release, and after the time you're gonna be updating your content. Maybe if you decide to remove your old content, this is what I did. I just removed my old content because it just doesn't match to that what I actually do at the moment. So you progressing in your life, you want to keep that content to show yourself and maybe show other people your progress through your journey. But on my social media is kind of collective of my latest work, which I'm proud of. So that's what I mean when I say execution beats ideas. Another point is cash flow is oxygen. So people asking me how much they need to spend to actually start a business, video production business or creative business, whatever you do. And honestly, I was lucky enough to actually borrow my first camera from my very good friend and start shooting with it. And once when I understood that I need something better and I understand fully how to use this cheap camera, he borrowed me camera for like £400 together with the lens. And this is how I started doing my first paid work. So after that, I upgrade to another camera, and after that, I upgrade to new camera. If you're starting business from zero with nothing, you need to consider even using your phone for creating content. And I know people making money just using their phone, and they never actually use the professional equipment, and they're still making kind of the same money as me. Not, of course, not when you do the ads, professional ads, working in the studio or doing ads for brands. They still kind of rely on the mobile phone to create the content. We're living in this blessed times when you have device in your pocket, in your hand, that you can use to make money. So mobile phone is one of the best things to start working with, because most of us have mobile phones, and you can always progress, updating your skills and updating your equipment through buying new equipment, and also updating your skills buying courses. But this is not even the case, because I bought the courses in the past, but honestly I didn't spend much money on the courses, because I learned that everything you need to know is on YouTube. So if you have any questions, even those days with ChatGPT, you can ask ChatGPT, and ChatGPT most of the time can do a good explanation of that, what you need the answer for. But sometimes even like learning the new skills, how to use the software or how to talk to clients. There's so many great channels on YouTube that you can use and watch to learn without spending any penny. So at the beginning, I would say don't spend any money. Don't spend any money on the equipment and skills. Everything is on YouTube, mobile phone, you're good to go. Another point is don't chase every client. So one of the things I learned after years working with the clients that asking for more for discounted price is usually the worst client and nightmare client to work with. So this is you need to be aware of. I'm not saying all of the clients who are asking for discounts are terrible, but from my own experience, when people are asking something for less money and they still expecting more, that usually end up bad. You don't want to go this direction, and you want to vet your clients the right way. And of course, there will be a time when you need to work with clients like this for your business to survive. But in time, you want to progress to better clients and valuable clients that actually want to invest their time and invest their money. And you want to be part of the journey to help them out to grow the business. So this is the approach I have to it. And honestly, everything I do with all of the clients, even if it's free work or even this is paid work, because I do a lot of collaboration with people who are creatives, and this is investment for all of us. We're investing into something. So if I believe in some project, I spend some time on it. But when you're working with the client and you decided at the beginning to work on a lower rate, okay, I'll offer you a lower price, but I want to make sure and sign this contract with you. We're actually going to carry on with the project for at least for 3 months, for example, if you decided to give them a lower price package. For doing that, I learn exactly what I need to execute the project the right way. So it's like all audios, camera setup, light, and all this stuff coming together to production of this content. So I always want to evolve, and I want to always deliver better and better work with every step I take. You don't want to stuck with the client who don't want to progress. You want to find someone who want to progress with you, and this is best way to do with the client who want to grow. If you able to estimate that and you are able to judge if your client want to grow, this is the best skill you can have, because you're not wasting time, you're making money, and you're helping someone to grow their business. And that's great for your portfolio to actually talk to different people and talk to next clients, and someone else showing them this is what we managed to succeed by spending this kind of the money, if you want to share that, and you know exactly how to achieve it. So great deal. On the end of the day, it's about making money. Most of us want to make money and want to grow. You'll never have regrets about your decisions. Your brain is already searching for this path to your destination. So trust your guts, trust the process, and just do your thing. And believe me, a lot of time you're gonna feel lonely, but just carry on, push it through, and you believe me, you're gonna get there. Another thing is your reputation is a currency. You know, whatever you do, just be yourself, go out there, be polite, be kind, be humble. And humbleness is, of course, gonna take you to many places, but allow yourself to be yourself. And believe me, people are not stupid. They're gonna spot that you're acting and you're trying to be someone else. So just best thing is just to be yourself and bring your personality into the project. Kind, polite, have fun, and enjoy your journey. Every time when you go out there and you give your best, just trust the process. Just be in the zone. This is what I usually do. Zone into the thing, focus, and being fully present into that what I do. And the end of the day, you have potentially a happy client who's gonna recommend you to another client, and this is how you build your reputation. So wherever you go, and whatever you're going through, I know it's sometimes going to be tough because, we all just people. So make sure when you go out there, you are on best presence. Everyone have problems, everyone have issues, everyone going through things. No one want to listen about that. I believe that no one really want to listen about my problems, because they're going through own problems. And when you're doing something cool and when you're doing creative project, you always want to bring the good vibes. You have friends, cool, you're working with friends, talk to them or whatever issue you're going through, but bringing good vibes into the project is one of the best things to leave the impression. Another point, growing your team is an investment, not a shortcut. So I get to the point in my business when I actually employ people, and I have a lot of freelancers working with me to help me out to get to the point where I want to be without knowing everything. You cannot be one-man band and achieve everything. So there's so much you can do by yourself, but there's also a lot of limitations, especially time limitation. And getting people to help you out is one of the best investment to free up your time and progress and evolve your business. So make sure you go out there, vet the right person, train them, and I guarantee you that you're gonna progress with your business for success. Another point is marketing isn't optional. I'm not gonna talk a lot about this because I'm not a marketing expert, but I learned that I need to promote my business every way I can. So there's a lot of free ways of promoting your business. I touched that point before. Social media, website, you need to be out there everywhere. And always, especially at the beginning and after, when you get busy, you can always pass this to someone else. And this is what's happening in my business. I have someone else doing my social media. My personal social media, I do my own personal social media, which my personal social media is kind of like personal brand, but I have other stuff that person dealing with. We have One Mars Media Limited social media. We have a website and other platforms. So basically, I have people who are dealing with that. I have people now dealing with marketing. So we're evolving and spending a bit more money into marketing. So now, also, I don't know how to do this. So I have someone else who's doing that. And there's many ways of doing marketing and promotion. Whatever budget you have, some people have no budget. So if you have no budget, social media is the best way, and there's a lot of free ways to promote yourself, and even like talking to the camera or showing your videos. This is also a form of marketing, not paid marketing, but free marketing. If you have a budget to move on further, just do it. I wouldn't hesitate. You need to learn how to do it, so before you can help someone else. So we're getting slowly to the end. Another point is system bit memory. So I get to the point when I wasn't able to remember everything, and I learned that I start messing up things because I hold everything in my head. Or sometimes I just write everything in the paper, but I didn't have at the beginning stage of my business, I wasn't very well organized, and I need to learn how to be organized. And I'm not saying I'm a master organizer at this point, but I do have several whiteboards in my room. I have physical diary, which I populate with things I need to do in upcoming weeks, tasks and projects. But also I have a Google Calendar that is implemented with my ChatGPT now. And now I have a website, Calendly, when you can book consultation with me. And this leads to clients call to the consultation, and that applies also to students who want to join the program and want to work with me and want to learn how to do the business. So make sure you click that link if you're interested to talk to more about potential opportunity, how we can help you out with your business. Link will be below for 15 minutes discovery call. So if you have a place for whiteboard, physical diary, Google Calendar, and last point I want to talk about is play the long game. Question would be, how long does it take to see the result in the business? From my experience, I done several different businesses in my life that wasn't successful as much as this one I'm doing right now. But every business I done in the past, I learned something new. But every business I done, it takes me about 6 months to be established. If you dedicate it to that, what you want to do and to craft, and you go out there and network, post on social media, develop your skills, learn, 6 months is usually enough to get you steady income and get you to the baseline to take you wherever you want to go with your goals. Often we may feel we're not moving fast enough, and this is also illusion, because I felt like month passed by and I think like I not even get towards that point where I want to be in my life or with my business. Sometimes I'm in a situation where I'm actually passenger in this business, because I'm so focused in just doing everyday things. Sometimes I forget how much stuff I actually done to get me to the point where I am now. I always need to remind myself to be breastful and humble for that what I already achieve, and everything I go through by just doing that what I do. There is always decision making you need to make if you want to win something quick or you want to think about long game. So I always recommend to think about long game. So if you think about long game and you fully sacrifice yourself for long-term game, you need to understand that there will be a lot of lonely time, and you need to understand it's going to be really tough, because honestly, before starting this business, I didn't fully understand what I do, and being naive is one of the things I think is a blessing, because when you are naive, you're not afraid of anything. So when you have no knowledge, is kind of blessing, and when you learn in time, and when you're at this point you need to solve a specific problem, is one of the best things that can happen for you, because you're actually not thinking and afraid ahead of time of something happening, and when something happens you just solve it and you just move on to another case. So be naive like a kid, have fun, and honestly just trust the process, and doubts always gonna come, and don't give up. Make sure you just keep your heads up and just keep moving and just keep do your thing, and man, big things gonna come, believe me, everything ahead of you. I hope that helps, and make sure you subscribe and follow. My website, it will be in the link. My social media will be in the link below. Also, if you're interested in 15 minutes discovery call, link will be in my bio. So if you are a client or student and you want to reach out, make sure you click that link and we can talk more. Hopefully I talk to you soon. Have a good one.